What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday Night Mockdown. What is up? How are you guys doing? Bobby Addison, it's good to have you guys here on the channel for this week's mock draft post Super Bowl. First one with the official full first round order. How are we feeling? What do you guys think about this class so far as a whole?
Well, I'm excited to get the mock out of the way. We'll see how I feel about the class the longer into this video we get. Spoiler alert, mid. But excited to be here, excited to draft. I'm excited my Chicago Bears are in the mid 20s for their pick. That means they had to have
Yes,
had a
sir.
good year, right? And they did. So, very excited, very excited.
Yeah, congrats to the Seahawks. Very
Bob,
happy for
no,
Sam
unfortunately,
Darnold.
you will not get to. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say congrats to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. Very happy for him. Feel like he's an easy guy to root for. Still shows defense wins championships. So, yeah, excited to be here. Excited to hop into it and see who we got going where.
Yes, sir. And well, on that note, Addison, pick number one, Las Vegas Raiders
Yes.
on the clock. What are your thoughts here? I know everyone knows what this pick is, but let's hear it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Clint Kubiak not coming out and saying they're drafting Fernando is not it's not bad that he did not say that. It's way early in they got to make sure everything's good, do their homework, but it is going to be Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, Heisman winner, national championship winner. And the Raiders are just praying that he can bring that to this next level. Obviously, it's not going to be you draft Mendoza and everything's perfect for the Raiders. This is going to be a long haul rebuild, and that's why they got Kubiak. We brought it up last year. Why did the guys sign Pete Carroll? But it was a 1 year holdover, and he did his job. He got you guys the number one pick, and they're spending it on the quarterback, hopefully of the future, 6'5", big body. Athleticism isn't elite, but he can do enough to move around. What he says he brings to the table the best is that preparation and understanding what the defense is going to do. And that's something rookies lack coming into the league. So if Fernando Mendoza can have that as a plus side to his game immediately, the Raiders aren't going to be good off rip with him in year one. They might not be bad, but that doesn't mean they're going to be playoff contending or anything. But this is a step in the right direction. A quarterback that helped take a program that had been nothing into national
Worst.
champions. So Raiders are saying, hey, we've been nothing since the 80s. So how about you come try to revive us as well?
Yeah, I am interested to see him run that offense. I think he'll do a good job, honestly. I really do. I like Fernando Mendoza. Now, I'd like to think, where would he fit in the most recent quarterback prospects? I think he's better of a prospect than Cam Ward, but I think he falls beneath, Williams, Daniels, and May, and he falls kind of
Yeah.
into that second tier, which isn't a
Yep.
bad thing. Fernando Mendoza was awesome this year for Indiana. And like you said, that he's been him and Signetti turned that program around like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he looks like Kirk Cousins. He plays like Kirk Cousins, and that's not bad. Kirk Cousins was really good in the league for several
Yeah,
years.
4,000 yards for like 5 straight, 6 straight, maybe even more straight seasons. I just know that he did move the ball at an elite rate. And I mean, if you, like you said, if Mendoza can come in, be Kirk-esque, you can't be totally pissed. Maybe you're sad that your first overall pick could only reach a ceiling of Kirk Cousins, but at the end of the day, you take who's in front of you, and this isn't the clash from 2 years ago or even last year. But I do agree, Nate. I think he would slot in above Ward, maybe right below May, maybe
Yeah,
above Bo Nix, right around there. But Bo Nix has been
that's what I
great.
think.
So
Bo
if
Nix
he's
has
going to
been good.
be around Bo Nix level, Broncos fans will tell you, Raiders, guess what? You're going to be good. So
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I do think that's the consensus. Like that's happening. You can't even really
yeah,
bet on it. It's
that's
minus
got to
100,000.
be. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be cool to go somewhere else, but at the end of the day, everyone in the comments would be going, "Why didn't you pick Mendoza?" That's a lock.
You're
So
just being different. Yeah. Um, I've got the second pick in the set here. So I got the New York Jets. And I think this one will probably surprise some people because it's been heavily like Arvell Reese. I'm going to go with Ruben Bain from Miami. I think Aaron Glenn's defense a little better. Just in my opinion, fans free to just crush me on that if you want to. But I like Ruben Bain as a prospect. He is a true three down defensive end. I really believe that. I think that he'll be really, really solid in Aaron Glenn's defense. You could maybe talk Arvell Reese, but is he going to rush the passer? Is he going to be off the ball? What is he going to do mainly? I don't know. If you want him to rush the passer, I've seen him do it at a high level all the time because that's just what he did. So I think Ruben Bain comes in, he gives you something straight off the rip, and we know what he can do. Just really, really strong, very good against the run, very good as a pass rusher, man. I like Ruben Bain a lot.
Yeah, I like Ruben Bain a lot. I also like how you told us that whole breakdown without moving your lips. That was wicked. Shout out Internet because that was awesome. You gave a great breakdown. Lips didn't even move. This guy should do some puppets, whatever they're called, ventriloquism. Beans, not to
That's
jump
right.
in front of you, but I
Ventriloquy.
had
I'm
to
a
say that. I had
ventriloquist.
to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the pick. I mean, Jets can't really go wrong here. I think obviously they have a pretty solid O line, but other than that, pretty much need every single position on the team. So, love the pick there. Cardinals kind of in a similar boat. A lot of holes to fill. Obviously, a quarterback needy team. It sounds like Murray's going to be gone in the offseason. It really is tough, though. This draft has zero top end quarterback talent besides Mendoza. So I think they do have to bolster that offensive line. I think there are two guys who it's going to come down to here for them. Um, I'm gonna go with Francis Moiola out of Miami. I think he's just a little bit more solid of a prospect. Can play that right tackle position. Has done it at a high level, obviously. Playing IU in the championship game, I thought Miami's offensive line did look pretty good, and has done it, like I said, for a long time. So I think he's a solid pick. I think hopefully he'll fit what LaFleur likes to do in that scheme a little bit more as well. So I think really can't go wrong there. Just even if you don't have a quarterback, you got to build that O line, and hope maybe Jacoby Brissett can come in and add some value to the team, I guess, next year. So
That's
Yeah, no,
interesting. I mean,
Maui Noah's offensive tackle one for me in this class. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, no. Please, you go. Please, you go.
No, I was to say, yeah, Maui Noah's offensive tackle number one for me in this class. Even if you kick him into guard, like I don't hate that, but I really think he can stick at tackle. And Arizona really needs a right tackle. They've just had horrible play from that side. I know you've got Paris Johnson on the left, get Maui Noah on the right, and you're set. Don't overthink this one if you're Arizona. You've got to build that offensive line. And you have a great opportunity here to take Francis Maui Noah, who is a very good offensive tackle prospect.
Yeah, and let me say this, obviously a little Glazer considering it's our podcast and he's my boy, but Nate's been grinding on the O-line grades for about 3 seasons now, and he's just hit home run after home run calling out best tackle in the class. Um,
Facts.
so this kid believes in an offensive lineman. You need to believe in the offensive lineman as well. Moving
Right.
on to number 4 here, Tennessee Titans. Robert Saleh, head coach, correct, of the Tennessee Titans, I want to say.
Gus
Correct.
Bradley,
Yep.
DC.
Gus Bradley, DC, interesting. How
Colts
about you
fans
just
very
you
happy
coach him up
about
during the
that.
week? I'll call the plays. David Bailey, I've seen mocked here quite a bit, edge from Texas Tech, but I'm doing what I think they need to do, and that is find out if Cam Ward is the guy. And by doing that, you need weapons. And I believe in this
Yes.
guy big time. Maybe it's because the top end talent isn't amazing that he goes this high, but I'm doing it. I'm taking Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Six
Oh, yeah.
three, big body. Didn't get used as much at Ohio State because, I mean, that's the talk pretty much of every receiver. They could have had more, but the whole room is great. Everybody gets the ball there. Carnell Tate, big body, like I said, for Cam Ward. That's the big decision for me for this pick. Is Cam Ward the guy? Well, we can't trot him out in year 2 with lackluster weapons yet again. You have an opportunity to get a potentially elite weapon. Again, big body size guy that can go up and win jump balls one-on-one. I like Carnell Tate a lot. It pained me to see him on Ohio State, being the Michigan man I am, but he's damn good. And if he doesn't go to the Titans here, I won't be shocked if he sneaks out one of these next couple teams. But to me, the Tennessee Titans got to go all in with Cam Ward. Robert Saleh will fix the defense. I'll at least have it humming enough. We'll address it
Yep.
in free agency. Offense, we need to be sure that Cam Ward is the guy. You go get him a top tier weapon, and then you retool the offense around him again, and we go. And year 1 was just a wash. That's exactly what you want to be. Think as like his upcoming season is the real prove it time, and you go get Carnell Tate to help him.
Yep, absolutely agree. Love that pick. That's a mock. That's a frequent one for me too, where I'm like, I got to take over a weapon here. I know everyone's like, oh, edge rusher, edge rusher. I'm like, no, no, no. Who's he throwing the ball to, man?
Yeah. No, really. I mean, is
Who's
it
throwing the ball
still
to?
old man Ridley? Like
He's going to be released. He's definitely going to be a cap
yeah,
casualty.
yeah. So
100%.
and the edge is great. And I understand that the edge is a premier position, and you could argue that it's more premier than receiver, but the Titans aren't a premier position player away from being elite. So
No.
that's where I think Cam Ward, this whole thing, because if he's not the guy, you can't be put in quarterback purgatory where we're figuring it out until year 5. You can't have that
Right.
happen.
Right. And Carnell Tate is elite, by the way.
Yes,
He is
he
a
is elite.
silky
He
route
is
runner.
elite. Overshined at Ohio State because the
Yep.
receiver room. But how many times have we heard this story at Ohio State specifically?
Guess who else was overshined? Jackson Smith and Jigba, Offensive Player of the Year. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what happens. So I love Carnell Tate there. I think that's a really good pick. It kind of steals pick 5 a little bit because I know the Giants, him and Neighbors together would be nasty.
Would be nasty.
But the Giants here are going to pivot, and this is something I did in my last mock draft. I think Jermon McCoy is going to be elite. I really do. Everyone's like, oh, he missed this whole year and didn't play. You know who else missed their last season in college? Derek Stingley. Do you guys think the Texans regret that pick at all? Because I don't. He's awesome. No. He's awesome. Jermon McCoy's 2024 tape is teach tape. It is locked down. He is constantly in receivers' back pockets. He's just excellent, and they don't have anything to speak of at the corner position. You can go safety there. Maybe you go Caleb Downs. I just think you can get safety's undervalued. It just is. It is what it is. So while Caleb Downs is, I think, a top 3 player in the class, I think Jermon McCoy's a top 5 player in the class. And I'm comfortable saying that, assuming the medicals check out. The guy is just clamps, man. You can watch him all day long. It's so good. He's so, so good. So I'm going to have Giants go Jermon McCoy out of Tennessee at pick 5.
I love it. Yeah, that's man, some of these teams picking a little bit later will probably be pretty happy having these edge guys fall to them for that.
Yeah,
So
for real.
Because once again, I don't know Browns on the clock here. It's interesting for sure. So I think once again, this Browns team never ceases to amaze me. At some point, though, you got to be able to help your quarterback. I think they're, in my opinion, three-headed monster for wideout this year. I think Tate leads that group. A guy that I really, really love, as long as the medicals check out, I think he can be number 1 in the group, is Jordan Tyson. I think he's a big body guy. Cleveland playing in that weather. Give me a guy that can just go up and get it. Explosive athlete. Like I said, long as medicals check out and everything like that, I think he could easily be an elite receiver in the league. Guy coming into the year had a lot of hype. Obviously, injuries derailed that a little bit. But I think if Shedeur, Pro Bowler, got to give him a chance. So got to give him some weapon here.
A joke.
Yeah, and I do think there is a lot of receiver depth in this class, but I just think top end talent, ceiling guy. This is a guy that if all things pan out for him, I think he can be one of the better receivers in the NFL as long as he's able to stay healthy. So
yeah,
you're taking Jordan Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, just making sure.
Yeah.
So I
love that pick for Cleveland, man. I mean, they got Jerry Jeudy, who's been very mid his whole career, and then you have nothing after that except Harold Fannin, very, very good, by the way. As long, like you said, if Jordan Tyson checks out okay, he could be wide receiver 1. Him and Tate have been battling for wide receiver 1 along with Mekhi Lemon too. But I'm a big fan of Jordan Tyson, man. He just goes up and gets the ball. He's very talented, very talented.
Right on to Washington here for the 7th pick. Is the Commanders about to be a different name? That's rumors are having it that Tress Way is going to be the first player to play for 3 teams without being traded. Impressive. Well, because he played for the Redskins, dead name.
Why are they going to change their name again?
That's what that's what streets are saying. That's streets
crazy.
Are saying. So not confirmed, but allegedly from this podcast, streets are saying.
Allegedly.
Anyway, on to Washington. Now they're really happy if this is how the draft plays out because I think you're licking your chops between David Bailey and Arvell Reese.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Arvell Reese, though, if these 2 guys are available because he brings that flexibility. Last year, played pretty much all of his snaps in the box. 2 years ago, he was on the D-line for a majority of his snaps. Is he the linebacker edge? Is he a combo guy? I think since Washington needs linebackers and edge help, that he's the perfect fit, even if it's not getting used at both positions, because that probably won't be the case. They'll lock him in on one and try to get him to be the best he can be. But the fact that he brings that flexibility, I think, is the deciding factor over David Bailey. But either way, Washington fans, you got to be grinning at 7 if you're getting guys that are projected to 2nd pick. Arvell Reese, I've seen high as the 2nd pick. So let me know what you think about that one. But I'm going Reese from Ohio State, back-to-back Ohio State boys for me on the picks. But I think Washington just improves the defense. You look at Jaden Daniels and go, hey, he'll be what he was 2 years ago. He'll at least be a plus-side top 12 quarterback in the league. And if you've got a guy like that, you can compete. So let's go ahead and build the defense now because we've got offense, at least the main position figured out. We got to build the defense to have something on the other side. Because 2 years ago, it was great when your offense scored every possession and you could win games. Well, this last year, obviously injuries and such, but when the defense is still giving up points, McGee, it's tough to win football games. I mean, you got to score more than your opponent. So let's improve the defense with the first pick for Washington.
Yes, sir. No, that's a home run pick for them. They are, like you said, they're licking their chops at
Yeah,
this
I
board.
mean, either Bailey or Reese would have been is a dub there. Either
Yes,
one's a
huge
dub.
win is a huge win. Any of the top three guys, Reese, Bailey, or Caleb Downs, and they're like, "Oh hell yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. We'll
Yeah.
we'll take any of them." That's just a slam dunk for them. They need defensive help badly. I mean, their linebacking core is so old and slow.
It's
You
old,
could play
baby. It's
Arvell Reese
old.
off ball or as an edge rusher. Either
Yeah.
way, it's a victory. I think so. So Saints here at pick number 8, and I have been kind of going back and forth on what I want to do with this spot because I could have a lot of fun and make Bobby's life a little bit harder with his
Good.
next pick because Bobby has the Chiefs up next. Guys, is Alvin Kamara still going to be playing? Is Kamara still going to be for the Saints next year? Are they going to turn it over to Kendre Miller? I don't know.
Is Demario Douglas going to be playing though too?
That's the big one. Is do we just do the smart thing if you're the Saints and say there's 3 really good wide receivers? I should get one of these really good wide receivers to pair up with concussion boy Chris Olave and whoever else we have to catch the ball because they don't have anybody. It's like Addison said when it comes to like helping your young quarterback, what's the best thing you can do for him? Give him someone to throw the football to. So I am going to go, as fun as it would be to kind of put Bobby in a little bit of a pretzel, I am going to go ahead and take Mekhi Lemon out of USC and give them a really good second receiver or potentially number 1 receiver, depending on how you view Mekhi Lemon. I'm pretty high on Mekhi Lemon. I mean, his season this year was outstanding. The numbers speak for themselves. I mean, averaged nearly 15 yards a catch his entire college career, nearly 1,200 yards this year, 11 touchdowns. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty much USC's motor at times.
Yeah,
like
did
what
it
made
all
him
for
go.
them.
Yeah,
he did it all for them. So I like Mekhi Lemon at pick 8.
Yeah, I think 8 and 9 are pretty fun spots because the Saints need a lot of different players and things can go a lot of different directions for them this offseason. And then having a perennial championship team like the Chiefs picking at 9. Similarly, I mean, in this spot, I think the pretty obvious pick is Jeremiah Love, getting a running back that can catch out of the backfield, do a lot of different things. However, I mean, if David Bailey's there, that's also could be a conversation. Caleb Downs even could be a conversation, really getting a leader of that defense in the secondary. But I think you don't overthink this. You have an elite offense, especially Mahomes coming off of an injury. Really give him a guy that can take a load off of his shoulders. You know, the run game's been relatively inconsistent. I mean, Kareem Hunt, Pacheco, it's just kind of a laundry list of guys that came in. So give me Jeremiah Love, a guy that I think is one of the top talents in this draft, can do a lot of different things and just add a weapon. And like I said, at the end of the day, Mahomes is only getting older, coming off of an injury. You really need to take a little bit off of his plate, even though he can do it, at least get him into the postseason, and add another option to your team, especially with Kelsey getting a year older too. You really need to add some playmakers on offense because who knows if Rashee Rice is going to stay out of trouble and stay on the field. And other than that, there's not a ton of weapons in that offense that really scare people, especially, like I said, with Kelsey slowing down. So give me a kind of gadget, do it all guy who I think can make an immediate impact and help them get back to the playoffs and make a deep run. So
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, Jeremiah
Love.
Love, I think, adds that big time, Bob. And Kelsey, I mean, it's a question of if he's even coming back still. He hasn't announced for sure that he's playing. So I do think that it's probably going to lean that way because at the end of the day, football players just love that shit. And it's like, am I really walking away after not making the playoffs? Maybe.
No way.
Because he's had a damn good career. But Jeremiah Love helps if they have Kelsey, if they don't. Last year, Mahomes was basically their running game. Anything other than power situations where it was bowling ball hunt up the middle for a yard, it was Mahomes' legs. Chiefs don't want that. It's great when he pulls it out in the playoffs because you haven't done it all year. To be able to actually turn around and hand it off to a back that could rush for 1,000+ yards, that definitely impacts the Chiefs' offense and helps them big time. We questioned why they didn't trade for Breece Hall last year. Maybe they understood they didn't want to give up too much capital because they see the writing on the wall. Just the future will become harder to win. Jeremiah Love would definitely help that. So great pick, Beans. I think that if he's there, most people are mocking that. Most people are mocking that.
Has to be.
Now 10 here for the Bengals. Now part of me wants to take David Bailey and just watch the Bengals fans comment, "We took an edge last year." How'd that work out? That's my question. One,
and Trey's gone.
And two, that's the thing. Trey Hendrickson, is he even going to be a Bengal? That I don't know. So David Bailey is interesting. But Caleb Downs is right there. And I like to think that organizations fall into the pitfall of thinking if they can replicate what their one success was, it will come again. And when the Bengals made the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow, their defensive play was good. It was arguably elite. Their secondary, specifically the safeties, were elite.
Yeah.
Jesse Bates was there at the time, and he was a big impact player for the Bengals. He might have been the key piece to that defense on that Super Bowl run. And not that they think Caleb Downs is going to come in and be able to make everything all right away. He definitely helps the long term. I mean, this kid is a gamer. You're not going to use him as a punt returner, but the fact that when the ball is in his hands, he's a game changer, that's pretty big. He could just still be a game changer on the field. Obviously, size. He's 6 feet, nothing crazy. It's not like he's some Kyle Hamilton 6'5" freak that plays safety, but he's going to be getting it done big time in that AFC North division. So I'm taking Caleb Downs, and it's funny, every one of our mocks, there's always some edge that falls. It's literally guaranteed.
Yeah.
So let's hear it though. Let's hear it. Which one of the teams should have taken David Bailey? Because I know you're pissed, but Caleb Downs to the Bengals makes too much sense to me. He helps the secondary that was the worst in football. Their defense was absolutely pitiful. Couldn't tackle. Were afraid to tackle. This guy's going to put his head into piles and make plays.
Yeah.
I think
No,
Downs too is.
great pick.
I think Downs is literally exactly like a Buda Baker, like a Nicky Manwari. Like seeing how they're used in their defenses is a guy that is going to be the captain, leader of the defense. You're going to use him in a ton of different roles, up in the box, playing coverage, deep zones. Like this guy can literally do anything you're going to ask of him, along with being able to dominate like any. He's just an elite player at every single level. Extremely smart, and like I said, I think he's going to come out and change the way that defense plays. So I love the pick there. I think it's at least a good starting point for the Bengals to build off of, especially with the offense having as much firepower as they do. At some point, they've had edge rushers. It hasn't really worked for them. So at some point, you do got to kind of get back to the basics. And
Yeah.
I think Caleb Downs can literally do anything you ask of him on a
And at
football field.
the end of the
So,
day, the Bengals are still in the same position of Joe Burrow. You got to go score 35, brother.
Yes.
Go score 35 each week, please.
Yeah. That's just not going to last. You just can't do it. Yeah. Caleb Downs is awesome. Really sad he goes right before the Dolphins, man. I'd
Yeah.
love to pair him up with Minka. I would
That
love
makes me
that.
grin. That makes me
Makes
grin.
me sad. That makes me sad. And
that would be elite.
I think David Bailey goes another pick past us. I don't think the Dolphins take him at 11. Truthfully, you need another edge rusher opposite Chop Robinson, and Jeff Hafley likes to run the wide 9, so a speed rusher would be good, similar to David Bailey. But guys, the cornerback room last year is barren. There is nothing there. You've got a couple of
Brents.
huh?
Juju Brents.
Yeah, Juju Brent, who's a free agent. We have to re-sign him. He's a free agent. But honestly, it's like Juju Brents could be back if he doesn't get hurt, which he will. Storm Duck and Cater Kohu. That's what we're trotting out there. God help us. God help us. You have to take corner here. So I am going to take Mansour Delane out of LSU. He is a very good corner. I do like Jermon McCoy more. I think if McCoy was healthy, he would be CB1 and Delane CB2. As it is now, that's kind of close. But Mansour Delane is as sticky in coverage as it gets. His tape this year at LSU was unbelievable. He would have been probably a 3rd-round pick last year out of Virginia Tech. But he said, you know what, let me show what I can do against top competition. And he balled out at LSU. I mean, the second half of the season, you were better off as a quarterback based on rating to hike the ball and spike the ball. You were better off to literally throw it into the ground than to target Mansour Delane. That's fantastic. So you've got to do something with this cornerback room, Miami. Hafley's a defensive guy. This is going to be a defensive pick for me and for them, hopefully. So I'm going to go Mansour Delane at pick 11.
I'm shocked you didn't do the trade I've seen a lot on Twitter. It Shador to the Dolphins. No, I'm just kidding. I will say, though, not to push back because I don't want to be a dick. It's your team. I trust that you know it. I do wonder, and I mean, you can say it for every other team we passed, if they would take David Bailey. You brought up Hafley, and I think that's a good.
They might.
It's interesting. Green Bay was not afraid to invest in that defensive line, specifically the edge. But I do agree, Nate, your corner room it's down bad. So you'd like to think
if you took every single position group in the NFL and compared best, like this team's running back room is ranked this, whatever, of all of the possible rooms, the Dolphins cornerback room is the worst collection of human beings in the league. Okay. It competes with the Giants quarterback room of a couple of years ago of Tommy DeVito, Tim Boyle, and another white quarterback who was terrible. Like it's about that level. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Yeah.
I also think there's not a ton of cornerback depth in this year's draft
No.
class. So I think if you can get one of these top two guys, that's awesome. All right, this is where the slide is going to stop. However,
Yes.
I really, really, really like Sonny Styles,
Sonny
6'5",
Styles.
played safety originally at Ohio, like moved
Dude.
into
Dude.
linebacker.
He's so
I would
good.
love that pick there, but I just think personally, you got to go get an
Yeah.
edge. I
You do.
mean, just the positional value there is too crazy. Losing Micah, I am a very if the draft goes a little bit different, Sonny Styles to Dallas would be
Yeah.
awesome. I think he's going
Oh,
to be an electric player. But I think David Bailey's just too good to pass up here. Their production, obviously uh, at Texas Tech, I think he's just very good. He was even decent at Stanford as well. So like I think the pick has to be David Bailey. The slide stops here, but Sonny Styles, I'm a very big fan, and I
dude.
think you do great things in Dallas.
Dude, I've like the last few years, my position groups have been offensive line and off ball linebacker. Best off ball linebacker I've watched in college over the last 3 seasons. And I've watched guys like Edgerrin Cooper, who has been amazing for Green Bay, Nick Bolton, who has been awesome for Kansas City. This is the best off ball linebacker I've seen play college football. His trigger off of, like, you can't throw a screen pass when he's on the field. You just can't because he reads it too well. His knowledge of the game and ability to just fly to the ball is unmatched in this class. He could go as high as pick 2 to the Jets, and I would think, damn, that's a pretty solid pick for the Jets, man. He is so good. He's so good.
And sometimes with those linebackers, it's almost the opposite, where it's like the athleticism is bursting off the charts, but
Mhm.
the actual game IQ and reactions to things like that isn't elite.
Yeah.
But if he's got the elite ability to understand plays and play recognition for the offensive side and the top side athleticism, yeah,
Unbelievable.
watch out. Because Jack Sanborn for the Bears, obviously Bear fan, when he was on Chicago, didn't have the athleticism, but had the wherewithal to the play
Totals
rec,
right.
knew what was going to happen before it happened, and he was always making plays. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, now give this guy top
Elite
10
athlete.
pick athleticism. That'd be scary.
Yeah.
That'd be scary.
High IQ player,
Hurts,
Jack
it
Sanborn.
hurt me to not take him there big
Yeah.
time. It hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts.
He's
Now
so good.
on to
David
the
Bailey's a good pick, Bob.
I appreciate it.
Atlanta Falcons, aka Los Angeles Rams. Great trade,
Great.
Atlanta. Great trade, Atlanta.
James Pierce, baby.
man. Woo!
He was good. He was so good. This
I
he's
know.
a solid.
He was at the
and
NFL honors, and then he said, "Let me go get
Jail.
crazy on him."
Jail.
Yeah, LA abused Atlanta with that pick.
Yeah. Great spot to be in if you're Atlanta, because Stafford coming back one more year. Your team was elite. You ran into a Bears team that hurt you up pretty bad and made it tough for you to beat Seattle. No, but this team is damn good, and if you've got quarterback figured out, you're going to be competing for a Super Bowl, and that's Matty Stafford coming back.
Mhm.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Delane would have been nice if he fell
Yeah.
into my lap, because I don't know about Avion Terrell from Clemson. The need's there,
Yeah.
but
it's
so
early.
is Spencer Fano.
Yeah.
So from Utah, I think I'm
Yeah.
going to have Los Angeles select the Utah tackle,
God
Spencer
dang it.
Fano. Actually pronouncing that right, not Fano, it's Fano. Look
Fano.
that up just to give him some respect. But I'm taking them there. You got to protect Matty Staff. It's basically been the story for the past 3 seasons. If you keep him up, not getting hit, you guys are going to win football games, and you guys will be in contention come December, come January for the playoffs. And that's big, and that's what they're going to do. They're just going to continue to, obviously, you want to be drafting for the future, but if Fano is good enough to be tackle for the Rams, that is for the future, as well as right now helping Matthew Stafford. This is just such a luxury pick to pick 13th for them because of Atlanta's trade last year. Massive W for the Rams to be able to get a pick this high after competing for the Super Bowl. And I think Fano helps them with the
That's a
offensive
very
line
good
and
pick,
protecting
and
Stafford.
yeah, absolutely stole my pick again. I've had about enough of that.
Yes.
Had about enough of that. But I don't know admittedly know as much about the Chargers defense as I probably should with Zach Zinter, right? Zach Minter. Is it Minter?
Yeah,
Minter.
Minter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's
Okay. Sorry,
Minter.
I can't see you guys. So if you're nodding, I can't see.
Oh, yeah.
But Roquan Smith, 28. Oh, am I lagging?
No,
I'm
your
back, okay.
picture's
Roquan
frozen,
Smith,
so it's that
28
same
years old.
thing.
Okay, but you can hear me, so we're good.
Yes.
Take it. All right. I'm going Sonny Styles. The fall stops here. I want to go with Peter Woods because he just replaces Nnamdi Madubuike perfectly, like a one-for-one replacement. But it's a new coaching staff, man. It's a whole new setup. Sonny Styles is too good of a player to still be on the board at pick 14. Selection for me. Give me Sonny Styles.
Yeah, we don't got to gush about him too much. We just did that without even picking the guy. But I do like that pick to the Ravens, though.
You're so mean. The Bucks would have been licking their chops if
I
he was
know.
here.
Oh,
Mm.
they would.
Oh man. A guy that I'm very high on that I
Yeah, I
thought
threw
about
you a
taking
curveball.
here just to do this would be Sadiq out of Oregon. I think he's a stud. I also at one point thought maybe he would
He
go to the
is.
Chiefs to replace Kelsey. I think he's a freak athlete, and I think
Yes.
after the combine, he's going to get mocked a lot higher than what he is right now. Mm, mm. Give me Cassius Howell. I feel
Ooh, I
like
like that.
they need an edge, a guy that produced at least, and I think he's a little bit better than Falk is. I also love Caleb Banks, especially if he can become what he's supposed to be. Pairing him with Vita Vea, I think Banks is like 6'6", 350. He's just a freaking human, big old human being.
That's
But yeah, give me Cassius Howell.
uh-huh.
I think the production's there. And at the end of the day, any defensive position for these guys is a big win.
Now Beans is out of here. We're down to Beans.
Oh, that was
No,
Beans.
he's
Okay, I
back.
thought that
He's
was
back.
me. I
He's
was like, oh
back.
no, I'm cooked.
Oh God.
Okay. Oh, he's back. He's back. There he
No,
is.
he's here.
Yeah.
He's here. Yeah, Cassius Howell. I like that pick a lot.
Same.
Like you said, interesting interior there as well. Did they go Peter Woods? Did they go Caleb Banks from Florida? But I do like the addressing of the edge.
Mm.
Now on to 16 here. I'm doing it. I'm getting nasty. And if other people don't have this in their mock yet, they will eventually because it happens every single season. There's going to be the QBs that just fly up the board. I don't believe in this guy whatsoever. And this is just Jets. This is Jets, 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 Jets.
Yes.
To a T.
Yes.
Give me Ty Simpson from Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know if I particularly love that, but at the end of the day, Peter Woods there might change that. I'll be honest. If he was
Yeah.
there, maybe they just say screw it at that point, but I'm doing it, man. I'm taking Ty Simpson. You crucify me in the comments because I know Jets fans are pissed, and that is an ugly pick, but it's the quarterback, and they're gonna fly up the board. He's gonna have a throw at the pro day or at the combine, or his combine results will just be a little bit above what's expected. He's gonna shoot up. At the end of the day, they always do, even if it's not deserved. And I'm not saying Ty Simpson's some terrible quarterback, but at 16,
No.
I don't know. Peter Woods would have been my other, if it's non-quarterback position, I would have gone interior defensive line here, but I'm swinging for the fences, man. And as much as Aaron Glenn doesn't want to come out, and they're not going to come out and say it, but dude, seat's hot already. It's hot already.
Yeah,
when your team
red hot.
basically doesn't have turnovers the entire year and you're the defensive guy coming from saving Detroit's defense and all this, and you guys don't have an interception. Basically, I don't think they had one. And if they did, it was the end
They
of the
did not.
season late.
They
Yeah,
did
no
not get one.
INTs, only fumbles, didn't have a turnover on American soil till like week 9. I mean,
Yeah.
that's horrendous. Yeah, their first turnover
Crazy.
was overseas. I mean, no turnovers on American soil for 2 months is crazy.
Nuts.
But I'm going offense, Ty Simpson, and it's going to be the downfall of Aaron Glenn in New York. But they gotta try to do something because right now it's who is it? I think Fields is still technically there, but he's gone. Like he's going to be
They'll
gone.
cut him.
So
They
like,
benched him. They got to cut him. Yeah.
yeah, it's
The
Ty
only
Simpson, and you're trying out an older quarterback for a couple of games, and then it's Simpson, and then you're gonna have to pray Aaron Glenn you're around when you guys win 4 games, and you can
Mhm.
prove that you at least took a step. I mean,
Yeah.
Only saving grace for them is they have 3 first rounders next year, and it's a little bit more rich of a quarterback class. So that'd be the only way they get out of this draft at all. I
yeah,
think you have to take at least one shot at QB though, if it's in the
You do.
first at some point. And obviously I saw Ole Miss QB's going back, just got approved for 6 year of eligibility. So
Did he?
he's not even going to be, yeah, he's
Wow.
not even going to be in this class as well. So yeah, the only saving grace for Jets fans is the amount of picks they have. And like I said, next year having 3, if they are a bad team again this year, you hope next year one of those picks is at least top 5 to get
I'm not
your
trying to derail
hopeful
this
QB
too
of the
much.
future.
But if you're an NFL team, how do you want Trinidad? He
I
wants to
don't
be
want
in
him. I
college
don't.
this bad. He wants
Yeah.
to be in college very bad.
Yep.
And I understand though, there's money there now, so like you could potentially say that's the big draw. But I don't know. You're running from the league. That's what it looks like. You are running from the league.
Yeah. He did everything he could not to be an NFL player. I'm not interested in drafting you. Sorry,
Yeah,
you don't want to
that
be
is
here.
that is scary.
Yeah, he cooked his draft stock for sure. But I like that. I don't hate that pick for the Jets. I mean, I love it because I agree with you. I'm not a big Ty Simpson guy personally.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do at quarterback? Because you have to hope. Are the Colts going to collapse again next year and get you a top pick? No.
Yes, yes.
No. No. No.
No, at
No,
worst
they're
case,
not.
it'll be the same pick. It'll be the same pick. 'Cause
We'll
you
be
guys
8 and
finish
9.
around 8 and 9. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's worst case. Cowboys are going to
That's
be
our
right there
ceiling
too.
and
So then you're
floor.
banking, yeah, but then you're banking on your own pick being bad enough to get a top QB. So you got to get one at some point, and eventually you're going to be like, well, screw it, let's just take one. So I like Ty Simpson, I do. Lions here still desperately searching for the edge rusher opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Man, they just haven't found it. So I'm down to two guys. Keldrick Falk feels like a Lions sort of pick. He just has no production. It's all projection with him, man. He is just not a pass rusher. He just does not get after the quarterback. 2 sacks this year. That's just not going to cut it. I'm going to take a guy who thrived at the Senior Bowl. He was awesome. He was the best edge rusher at the Senior Bowl. I'm going TJ Parker from Clemson. Coming into the year, he was a consensus top 5, top 6 pick in this draft. Down year, like everyone on Clemson had. And then he went and showed out at the Senior Bowl. It's like, okay, maybe Clemson's coaching staff just was on crack this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. But TJ Parker is a good edge rusher. The Lions need someone that can get the quarterback. That's TJ Parker to me. So I'm going to go with him for them there.
Yep. Parker was just interesting 2 years ago. Elite production. But like
Yeah.
you said, Clemson just the down year in general, but just snaps and pass rushing opportunities in general just wasn't on the field as much as he was 2 seasons ago. But 6 sacks this year, 12 2 years ago. You're betting on
Right.
that 12 sack player is there and that,
Mhm.
Lions coaching can bring him to that next level.
I could also see him taking someone random like Gabe Jacas from Illinois just cuz, and then he'll be a stud, just like when they took Iowa linebacker. I mean, just the few drafts we've
Yeah.
went to, the Lions always come
Yeah.
out of the left
Like
field,
what?
and it's just an absolute
Yes.
home run of a pick every single time. So I should just quit doubting them. So unique spot for the Vikings here as well. I think you just have to go DB here. I know Isaiah Rodgers had a good year. Former Colt, obviously, always appreciated him. But give me Terrell out of Clemson. I think back-to-back Clemson guys here. At the end of the day, you got to get some help in the secondary. Another interesting option here, I think, would be safety because I think Smith is out of there. But I think at the end of the day, you just got to go with corner. Can never have enough depth. So
Yeah, safety is
yeah,
definitely
Terrell
interesting.
pick.
Harrison
Yeah.
Smith is a grandpa. I mean, he's still
Yeah.
playing at a high level, but the dude is a grandpa. It's impressive. I mean, he's been
Yes.
Minnesota's rock for about 10 plus, almost 12 years now. So
Yeah.
now do I be the troll and just it's 3 straight Clemmy players or like that ain't happening? So like part of me just feels like I gotta take Caleb Banks, but just for the memes in the comments to rip us, I'm taking Peter Woods. 3 straight Clemsons off the board.
yeah.
When this happens, Venmo me 100.
That's right.
I'm taking Peter Woods though. Denzel Boston, interesting receiver from Washington.
Yeah.
Do they go get another weapon for Bryce Young? I could see it, but having 1 year poo-poo division, I don't know if that's going to be repeatable. You have to hope Tampa Bay falls apart yet again and Atlanta doesn't, figure it out. And who knows what's the Saints? They looked good at the end of the season, but Carolina, I wouldn't say looked good. It was win-loss, but still they made the playoffs and took the Rams down to the wire
They did.
in the playoffs. I think you look at that and you go, Tetairoa McMillan's the real deal. Bryce Young showed enough. Not that you don't address offense at all, but we need help on defense as well. Peter Woods secures that defensive line just a little bit more on the interior. I mean, that'll be a 3-man rotation between Woods and who was the Chiefs guy that signed there, and then their other good tackle. I'm trash on names, so that's
Morton.
nice. And then Brown, I think Derek Brown's the other tackle. So it'll just be a 3-man rotation of those 3 guys. And Caleb Banks was interesting because big body 6'6", but Peter Woods is also a 6'3", same weight. So 3 more inches would be nice. I mean, that's a big, gigantic 3 inches is a gigantic difference, but
Huge.
it's huge. You could say 3 inches is huge. That's what
Yeah,
you could
well,
say.
it's at least average.
I mean, I think it's gigantic, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
massive,
that it's
massive.
up to others' interpretations. But I'm taking
Can
Peter
get
Woods,
the
3 straight
job done.
Clemsons. Rip me in the comments. Do it. But Carolina needs help interior wise. And like I said, 3-man rotations is nice.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. No, I like Peter Woods. I was hoping he'd fall one more pick to Dallas because he'd be a great pick for Dallas. I know Dallas traded for Quinn Williams and why can't I never Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark, yeah.
I can never remember his name. It drives me nuts. But Kenny Clark's pushing 30 if he's not already there. So then all you have is Quinn and Williams. Man, they still struggle to stop the run with those guys there. They've already addressed edge with David Bailey, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I think you go with the run stopper. Who's your run stuffing defensive tackle? Are you going with someone like Caleb Banks or are you going with Caden McDonald out of Ohio State? I think those are really your two best bets here for run stopping DTs. I'm going to go Caleb Banks. I think I'm not sure if he got the combine invite. Admittedly, I'll have to look and see. If he did, I'm going to need to watch that. That's going to be must-see television. I think he's going to test like a freak. I mean, he's 6'6", every bit of 330. I bet you he tips the scales like put closer to 340, and he's going to be a freak athlete. Like he's going to run in the low fives for his 40. And I've got to see that. But I'm going to go Caleb Banks here. You got to stop the run if you're Dallas still. You're still in a heavy running division. So Caleb Banks gives you a guy next to Quinn Williams for the next 5-10 years if you want.
Yeah, I love that pick too because he can, if Kenny Clark is going to play next year, a guy that they can let develop a little bit because like the highlights unreal, but it's just becoming more consistent as a football player. So love the pick there. I think he's got a really high ceiling. Steelers are on the clock. I'm gonna just go under the assumption that Rodgers is coming back next year for one more year. Guy loves football.
Yeah.
Um, and once again, even if not, I think this quarterback class is pitiful to put it lightly. Uh,
Yes.
I'm gonna go Denzel Boston here, 6'4". Give me a big body guy. I do think another guy, if he gets an invite to the combine, the kid out of Notre Dame is going to fly up draft boards as well. Also 6'4".
Yes.
But give me Denzel Boston. I know there's a ton of wide receiver depth here. I think he's just the best player available at the wide receiver position. I wouldn't mind an Omar Cooper either to pair with DK Metcalf, but give me two big body guys in Pittsburgh. Malachi Fields is the Notre Dame kid that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go a lot higher than people expect as well.
Yes.
But give me Boston. I think you got to get some weapons on the outside. I mean, they were bringing in people off the street to come in and play wide out for them last year. So another big body guy to pair with DK. So
Like
Yeah.
that pick. And the
Yeah.
question I think is Rodgers playing QB? I mean, what's going on with McCarthy there, the former coach? Is there going to
I
be a
know it's weird.
potential reunion? And if they do have Rodgers, I think maybe it's a little early. They could wait till second round, but I think the Steelers are definitely taking QB. They do have Will Howard, so maybe it's not the biggest need, but I think they're addressing it again and praying one of these young guys can pan out. 21 might be rich, but again, it's QBs, man. We know they're going to fly. We know they're going to fly. I guarantee you it. Come draft, Carson Beck's going to be talked about as a first round pick. Will he be? I don't know. He's at least talked about. I could almost bet it just because he's a QB. I'm
Andrew and
telling you.
Malik Willis.
Mhm.
Hey, I mean, you never know. Moving on to the Chargers here. I think this one is pretty obvious. It's an offensive lineman, and I'm butchering your name, my man. All respect to you. I'm gonna try my hardest. I've said it correctly off camera, but now that I'm on camera, my throat's already tight a little bit.
Yes.
But if there could be O line instead of just center guard, but their tackles are figured out. They were just hurt. But Justin Herbert was amazing, and his offensive line let him down. The Chargers are almost what we're giving the Texans flack for. You know, you had like your offensive line, by get injuries, hurt your two big time tackles. But damn, you guys were pitiful protecting your quarterback, and look what happened. Your team turned to poop real quick.
Yep.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to address an interior guard here from Penn State. Ola Vavega Ioana.
That's not bad.
I
That's not
mean,
bad.
I'm sorry. I am
That
a
was
piece
pretty
of
good.
shit
That was
for that.
good.
I'll be blunt, but that's Penn State guard, best guard in the class,
Monster. Monster.
best true guard in the class, I should say. That it's known he's a guard. And Ioana, to the Chargers. Again, it was just, you got to protect Justin Herbert. You can't have him getting sacked 10 times against the Patriots. And I get Drake May was healthy, but that was a winnable football game and your offense could do nothing. And it was because you could not protect Herbert. And that's how the story goes. You don't protect your quarterback, he doesn't perform in the playoffs, and all of a sudden you're getting hate thrown your way. So you got to protect him, give him some chances to be upright and actually make plays. Ioana to the Chargers at 22 from Penn State.
Yeah. Vega and me have allowed the same number of sacks in the last 2 years. So
That's damn
pretty
impressive.
freaking good, dude. He's so good. He's awesome. Once
And
he anchors, man, you're not moving him.
I was going to say also, I think you could even give him more praise to that, considering who his quarterback was, with Drew Aller being willing to scramble and extend plays. And he's still not giving up sacks. Yeah.
No, he's such a good, he's like Tyler Booker level good. And Tyler Booker was really, really good as a rookie. That's a great pick. Eagles here at pick 23. I never know where to go with the Eagles because their fans are never happy with my picks, just to be blunt.
No, Eagles fans are always
Dallas,
it's always the wrong guy.
Yeah, no matter what I do, they're like, no, that's incorrect. I like Kenyon Sadiq here. I do. I think, like Bobby said, Kenyon Sadiq's going to test out of this world at either the pro day or the combine. Dallas Goedert has been okay, but he's also, I'm pretty sure, a free agent this upcoming offseason, and he's at least 28, 29 years old. Your offense was bad this year, straight up. And there may not be A.J. Brown. He may get traded, which will give us a whole other thing to talk about. But I'm going to address tight end and go Kenyon Sadiq here. I'm not reaching for a guard. I don't want to move Caden Proctor into guard. I think he's too big for it. And there's not, like, Keldrick Falk isn't a true pass rushing kind of guy. So I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq, tight end from Oregon.
I love that pick. That's actually terrifying. I love that pick a ton. Back on the clock with the Browns, a guy that I'm actually pretty darn high on. Give me Caden Proctor out of Bama. I'm a big fan
I love
of his.
Caden Proctor.
Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of slander and a lot of hate. I think he's going to be a stud. He reminds me a lot of the Buccaneers tackle coming out of Iowa.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs.
Thank you. I think he's going to he's an absolute freak in nature as far as athleticism goes. Plug and play guy that I think immediately comes in and is an impact player. So, and I think with him and Tyson, like I said, as long as the medicals check out on these guys, I think that they can come in and actually turn that offense around relatively quickly, minus a quarterback. But other than that, I think you're at least giving your team the best chance to win ball games, and they do at least have a decent running back threat. So I like that pick a lot for them as well.
I'm pissed at PFF. I mean, Browns have a Pro Bowl QB and they're having QB as needs. I mean, what are we doing, PFF? Hey, all I gotta say is this: I predicted Shador's season basically to a T. Besides the Pro Bowl, I said he was going to start the last like 7 games, and he did.
You did say that. You did say that.
But it was because of injury. I thought it would be because of play. But anyway, they got a QB, guys. It's Shador.
Yeah, Shadaddy.
Todd Monken's the Browns is the coach, right? Todd Monken got
disgusting,
hired.
By the way. Yeah.
I mean, just best of luck to that whole situation. Best of
disaster. Caden Proctor, by the way, everyone was like, oh, he had a bad season, like he wasn't as good this year. Played the entire season with a torn labrum. No one talked about that. They're just like, he just doesn't look as good. Yeah, he had one arm for most of the season. And he started playing a ton better towards the end of the year as he got healthier and healthier. The dude's been a starting left tackle for Alabama since he was 18 years old.
Yeah,
he's going to be a monster.
Obviously, it's improvement over years, but his first year, he allowed 12 sacks.
Yeah.
And then it was 3, and then it was 2. So it's like, oh my, maybe the freshman improved, and all of a sudden he's a grown man, and he's entering the league. Maybe. I do like Caden Proctor there, though. You got to build that offensive line. You have the running back figured out. Quarterback is a question mark, but they've at least got somebody to attempt figuring it out with Shador. But running backs figured out. Let's build that O-line like that big time. Now on to my Chicago Bears.
Bear down.
This one's interesting. I mean, looking at the needs, PFF says D-line, linebacker, safety. I do agree with that. I think it could be even more. Oh, am I lagging? This might
I
be
see
me.
you. I got you.
But I'm just going to get to my pick then because it did sort of lag on my end, I think. Give me Caden McDonald from Ohio State.
Love that pick.
Lee Hunter was interesting, and so is CJ Allen, the linebacker from Georgia. But I linebacker will be a need for the Chicago Bears. I think they're going to get rid of Tremaine Edmonds. His contract's too juicy to not cut. It saves him too much money. So linebacker would be an interesting pick in the first, but I think D line is such a problem for the Bears, rushing, like being able to stop the run and rush the passer. And we just witnessed, even though New England struggled in the game, defensive line elite the entire year. Seattle defensive line elite the entire year. And so were the two remaining teams as well. Broncos and Rams also had elite defensive lines. That's a big point right now in the league. If your interior of your defensive line is good, your football team is good. Caden McDonald, is he going to be an immediate plug and play? No, but he will be in the rotation and getting reps heavily his rookie year for sure. So give me Caden McDonald. Interior defense, big body. Wish he was a little bigger, but he's still big body. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Solid.
talking about
Built solid.
6'3", 330, maybe a little height, but that's just you're wishing for a superstar player then at 25. Like, highly doubt you're getting that. Caden McDonald will be a plus side player in his rookie season for the Bears at a position that was horrendous for them last year. I think this is a home run pick for them at 25.
Yeah. I mean, just a run stuffing demon. Like a 92 grade on PFF as a run defender. That's what you need.
That's what we need. That's what we need horrendously bad. If we can't rush the passer with 4, we better be able to stop the run. And we hadn't been able to do that really. So
agreed. No, I love that pick. Bills here at pick 26. Man, everyone's screaming about getting Josh Allen help. I'm pretty sure they scored 30 points in the AFC divisional game against the Broncos, and they gave up 33. I feel like defense is kind of a problem here, right? Like Josh Allen's still putting up great numbers. Oh, we got to help him. KC Concepcion's nice. You got KC Concepcion at home, honey. All right. His name's Khalil Shakir, and you're paying him pretty well. You've already got a player like that. You would have loved Denzel Boston. Not there. Sorry. I'm half tempted, Bobby, to go get Malik. I wouldn't be surprised if Malachi Fields jumps up and is in conversations here. That wouldn't surprise me because his combine is going to be crazy, and he is big, and he is going to go way higher than his current ADP of 89. Like, the Bills would not shock me to see them do it. I am, for this mock, going to take Keldrick Falk because I just think too talented of a player at a position of need for the Bills here. However, if Keldrick Falk was off the board and it was maybe, say, Keldrick Falk was gone and they had the defensive, someone else was there, maybe they do go with a wide receiver that surprises you who it is. But for this iteration, I'm going to go Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, and I think one of the saving graces for the Bills is I think this is a very, very deep wideout class. I think there's talent. Obviously, it's kind of a pick your poison as to what body type, what abilities you want out of a receiver, but Keon Coleman obviously isn't doing it for them. And at some point too, I know Josh Allen had a terrible game as far as turnovers go. So he wasn't putting his defense in the best spot as well. But I do think that the Bills are at least lucky that second, third round, I think you can get some offensive playmakers to help your team a little bit. And that puts the 49ers on the clock. Rough year for the 49ers, a ton of injuries to the defensive side of the ball. If they were able to stay healthy, I think they would, I mean, as always, continue to be a threat. I know the offense looked really, really good to me, even without Ayuk. I don't really know if receivers a huge need for them. They do need receivers, but once again, I think it's a deep class. A guy that I'm actually pretty high on as well is McNeil Warren. I'm going to take him right here. Safety out of Toledo, 6'2", big guy. Honestly, if the Colts let Nick Cross go and somehow he falls whatsoever, I would love to have him. I think he's going to be a playmaker. Once again, I think this is a guy that you can see sneak into the end of the first round and a guy that can come in and make an impact on the defensive side of the ball right away, especially having Bosa out, all the injuries to the defensive side, Fred Warner and Bosa, like you have good players at those levels. It's never a bad thing to add, especially after last year taking another edge who didn't necessarily produce to the level you wanted him to. I think you just reinforce that secondary, especially at the safety spot, and hopefully go get a ball hawk. I don't think they've had the best safety play since Huifunga left to the Broncos. So give me McNeil Warren, safety out of Toledo.
Yeah, I love that pick, especially when your division rival, you just watched, like, Emmanuel McNeil Warren is built like Nick Emmanwori. You just watched what he could do for Seattle, and you let Talanoa Hufanga go. Like you said, you've got to fill out that safety position. McNeil Warren, a very good player, very athletic, man, from Toledo, too. I'm surprised he stayed there. I'm surprised he didn't go somewhere bigger with the NIL money, but that's a home run pick for the 49ers there. I like that a lot.
Not that that's like a confirmed indicator if he's going to be good, but like that just tells me dude only cares about ball. Like
Yeah.
because opportunities may have been there to make some more cash, but he obviously felt like Toledo was the right situation for him.
Yep.
And I almost like to see that. I almost like to
Same.
see that a
Same.
little bit because at the end of the day, schools almost mean nothing now.
Yeah.
When it comes to, oh, did you were not playing the best competition or whatever. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Money's everywhere. Good players are everywhere. Um,
Yep.
On to the Houston Texans here, a team that I had written off dead last season, and they come back, make the playoffs. Impressive. CJ Stroud then happened
Yes.
to lay a big egg in the playoffs. Now
CJ.
this is not listed as a need for the Houston Texans, but right tackle, who's the right tackle? He's going to free agency.
Not Titus Howard.
Trent
Are you thinking
Brown.
Titus
Trent
Howard?
Brown.
Trent Brown. Trent Brown.
Trent Brown, it was the right tackle for the Texans. I believe he is entering free agency. And if that's the case, I mean, part of me almost wants to take like a Blake Miller, considering he plays right tackle.
Yeah.
But I gotta go Caleb Lomu from
Yeah.
Utah. He all of his snaps basically have been at left tackle. I think he's got a combined like 32 snaps or something at right tackle in college versus like 16,000 or 1,600, excuse me, at left. But no, seriously, he's a left tackle, but you kick
He
him
is
to
a
right.
left tackle.
Just because you're a left tackle in college does not mean you're the big time left tackle in the NFL. The Texans, I
No.
still think center guard's interesting, but is it a situation where you are reaching for a guard or a center right now? Yes, I'd say. So I'm gonna go tackle here. Caleb Lomu from Utah, push him to the right side, be able to use some of the money from Trent Brown to shore up a little bit, maybe on the interior through a free agent or just later in the draft. But I'm gonna at least secure that right side, push Lomu to the right tackle position, and select him at the 28th pick for the Houston Texans.
Yes, sir. No, a great pick. Caleb Lomu, very, very solid, man. It is funny that I'm surprised they never moved Spencer Fano over to left tackle just because as a talent, he's better in my opinion. But Lomu, that was his spot. He locked down left tackle. That says something, man. So I think that's a great pick. They've got young guys there. They got Blake Fisher from last year. They drafted Ariante Ursary as well. So they've got guys that they can kind of shuffle around and start building an offensive line.
I mean, shit, according to our
Yeah.
mock, Utah had 2 starting first round tackles on their team. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's pretty damn good. Rams here at pick 29, having taken, who'd they take earlier? They took Spencer Fano. Huh, wow, look at that. Took Spencer Fano earlier. Great pick for them. Immediate starter for them on the right side of their offensive line. And it just works out like their picks kind of align well with how the draft board falls, especially on PFF. Like, you need a corner. I really like Brandon Cisse out of South Carolina. I think very, very good, very athletic, really good against the run. Very, very good, quick to trigger against the run plays, good against the screens as well. Very good in coverage, man. Just a really solid corner. He's not going to wow you. He's not going to blow you away with anything, but he's just a good football player. And the Rams seem to like drafting good football players. That seems like a pretty solid plan. So I'm going to go with Brandon Cisse, corner out of South Carolina for the Rams there to pair up with Spencer Fano.
I love that pick. And this would be an interesting thing too if the Jets don't go quarterback. I think it might be an interesting spot for Ty Simpson. Stafford doesn't have a lot of time
Agreed.
left.
100%.
Having two
It seems
first round
like
picks.
it seemed like Stafford, when he announced he was returning when he won the MVP, surprised Sean McVay and Kyron Williams. They were like genuinely excited, which makes me think they know that he's like 1 foot out the door. Like, we got one more year, let's run it back.
And Broncos are on the clock. I will say one terrible, terrible position in this class is the running back position.
Yes.
They desperately, desperately, desperately need some running back help, and I just don't think there's anyone even worth coming close to that right now.
Would love
Maybe
to
even
see
do.
them sign Kenneth Walker in free agency.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Even as a Colts
Would
fan, I'd
love
hate to
that fit.
see it, but Jonathan trading for JT, I think would be insane for them as well. They'd probably have to give up an arm and a leg, but I think that'd definitely
Yeah,
be something
that
that's
would be good.
interesting. So, um, I think I'm going to take the easy pick here. Give me CJ Allen, linebacker out of Georgia, position in
Great
need
pick.
for him.
Yes.
Get a good player. At the end of the day, their defense is elite, but I think as we saw, with Houston, with Seattle, having an elite defense is awesome. However, I think Seattle had the best defense in the NFL and it wasn't really close. So continue to add to that pot, continue to get better at positions of need, getting younger as well. I know Singleton's only like getting older as his career goes
Yep.
on. Obviously, a good player, but at the end of the day, just the rich get richer, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And I think hopefully, as far as running back position goes, you can maybe sign someone in the offseason, even if it isn't a Kenneth Walker, just another mouth that you can feed in the backfield would be great. I know, I feel like excuse me, I feel like RB is a position that you can get some value in free agency, at least to take away, you know what I mean, a few carries a game here, a few
Yeah.
carries a game there. So give me CJ Allen. I think he'll come in and be an immediate impact player for the Broncos.
Yeah, the
He's a
running back
thumper, man.
situation is definitely interesting for free agency. I think Walker's going to get tagged by Seattle just because he was too
Ah,
important to them. But if he
Yeah.
does get free, he's going to be the bell of the ball. That's for sure. For
yes.
running backs, at least.
100%.
Moving
100%.
on to the New England Patriots. Bummer how that Super Bowl went. I mean,
Such a bummer, man. I was devastated.
bummer, man. Watching that, it
Man,
almost felt like you had no chance the whole time. I mean, bummer. Um,
bummer.
Too bad. Drake May will be good for the future, though. So I'm on
Yes.
your side. Caleb Williams, Drake May, future 1-2 of the league. All right.
Might
Anyway,
be.
on to 31. And I get maybe this is a little bit recency bias to the fact that Drake May was sacked 7 times, but they were also playing arguably the one of the best D lines in football and a mastermind calling plays.
Yes.
Um, but still, had Drake May flustered in the pocket, was the injury making him not want to throw? Who knows? Doesn't matter. He still got sacked. I think it was 7 times in that Super Bowl. Um, Give me Monroe Freeling, tackle from
Ooh.
Georgia, 6'7", big body.
Huge,
Um,
huge,
is Will
huge.
Campbell the tackle of the future? I don't know. I don't know.
He's got T-Rex arms.
He does have T-Rexy a little bit. Um, the Super Bowl wasn't good. The playoffs weren't good. He was hurt, supposedly. I'm
Yeah,
sure he's at
me
least going to
too.
get to work for the position,
Yeah.
But either way, even if Freeling is right side or he's just end up a swing, maybe he takes a position from Campbell and Campbell gets kicked inside. You need to adjust the offensive line. Again, too many
Yes.
sacks on May. It basically destroyed your chance of winning the Super Bowl. Offense couldn't get anything going. I mean, key to the story, protect your quarterback, keep him upright. You've got a chance. How hard of a concept is that to understand? I don't think it is a hard one, but I understand that late season injuries and such. But still, you need pieces on that offensive line, especially if you think you have it figured out with May, and they
Yep.
probably do, considering Super Bowl appearance. So give me Monroe Freeling, Georgia tackle again. He's a big baddie, 6'7".
Big boy. Yeah. And Morgan Moses, their starting right tackle, is a free agent too. So they've got to pay to bring him
He's
back.
old.
Maybe they decide to go. He's old. Maybe they decide to go young. And Monroe Freeling, huge, huge dude. But yeah, I mean, Will Campbell gave up 16 pressures in the Super Bowl. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, maybe it's the thing. Freeling's left side, and they kick Campbell to right. You know what I
And
mean?
yeah,
Maybe just
switch
not
it up.
left
See if you
tackle
can do
Campbell.
something.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't
I
know.
don't know. But I like that pick. I do think Monroe Freeling has moved up boards quite a bit, and I think it's justified. I like that a lot for them. You got to keep building that offensive line. It's young now. Keep building it. I like that. And Seattle, Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks on the clock here. And they still need interior offensive line help for sure. They still need another starting guard, maybe even another center, man. And there's a guy there every year there's a player that we always say, "Oh, we'll draft this guy in the second round." I'm not going to take a safety because we're going to take Xavier Watts in the second round. How many teams said that last year? Every single one of them. Oh, we'll just take Xavier Watts in the second round. We're good. It's like, no, 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 no. Not everyone can have Xavier Watts. Well, not everyone can have Emmanuel Prignon out of Oregon. Everyone wants Emmanuel Prignon in the second round. Well, guess what, suckers? He's not there. You can't have him because he's going to go to Seattle here at pick 32. And they're just going to continue to protect Sam Darnold in the interior of that offensive line. Gray Zabel was really solid this past year, and just keep building that way, man. You've got your tackles, build the offensive line. I thought about Casey Concepcion there because Rashid Shaheed is a free agent. I think that's something that they could be interested in, but I really think that they're run smartly. I think that John Schneider is one of the best GMs in the league, and he knows you win when your offensive line is good. That's just how it goes. Ask the Patriots how it goes when your offensive line struggles. Ask the Chiefs last year how it goes when your offensive line's getting bullied. You don't win. You just don't win.
Yeah,
So
that's the
to
Chiefs when they
wrap
played the
up this
Bucks with
first,
Brady.
yeah, You just cannot win the game if your quarterback is under constant duress. And every time we see it, it just pushes more offensive linemen up the boards because you've got to have it. You absolutely have to have it. So we will close out the first round of this mock draft with Emmanuel Prignon out of Oregon. Make sure you guys get in the comments down below and let us know what you think about the picks we made for your team. It isn't just me doing this like it has been, so now you're yelling at all of us. So make sure you let them know what picks you loved and which picks you hated, because they'll come back at you. They'll get back at you in the comments.
I'm sure I'm going to get ripped bad, but you know what? I'm praying that my picks are all praised and Nate's picks are just ripped on. I hope the Jets come in and go, I love Ty Simpson at 16.
Oh,
and if you did a solo mock, though, it would be like, oh, you're an idiot.
You idiot. Ty Simpson at 16. Yeah, right.
I'm praying.
Yeah, right. They would absolutely hate it. But hey, never know, man. Never know. So that's all we've got for you guys on this mock draft. This is Friday night mock down. We will be doing this probably every week. You guys, I'm signing you both up for it. We'll be here every week until April. We've got 2 months to the draft. It's best time of the year. It's one of the best times of the year. I love when football is obviously back until my team starts to suck. And then I love the offseason.
Yes.
So I'm all for it. Addison, Bobby, anything you guys want to add?
Yeah, I mean, just sad the season's over, obviously, but can't wait for the next one. It is nice how quick that you can just rejuice for that next season, though. The offseason does hit like crack. I mean, it's like since the Bears lost to the Rams, literally, like, I was sad all night. The next day, I was already thinking about the next year, thinking about how we got a chance, thinking about what we're going to do to improve. It was one night of sadness, and then immediately on to 2026. Ben Johnson, get me in that coaching room so that I'll be the coffee guy, dog. I just need to be around greatness.
Yes. Yep. I love it.
Yeah, everyone's got hope, as we always say. So best time of the year, even if your team's bad. I mean, Patriots, nothing to something in 1 year. I think
4 wins,
fresh start for everyone's huge.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots are every bad team is going, we're the Patriots. We won 4 games this last season, and we're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you guys are following us on all the socials, which are always linked in the comment section down below. And we'll see you guys in next week's mock draft.
Peace.